events to aim for. Entering a special event gives runners a reason to train. These are the most common long-distance events: a 10K run, 6 miles, a half marathon, 13.1 miles, a full marathon, 26.2 miles. It can take a beginning runner 2 or 3 months to train for a half marathon, and over 4 months to train for a full marathon. Running takes you places. Long-distance runners usually take part in events in their own country, but sometimes runners may travel to a special, famous event in another country. Think and talk about. People who compete in China's Great Wall Marathon must run up more than 5,000 steps. Famous long-distance events. The Big 5 Marathon takes place in South Africa. Runners cross the Entebeni Game Reserve. As they run, they frequently see big animals, such as giraffes and rhinoceroses. Runners in the New York City Marathon run through one of the most exciting cities in the world. In the Great Wall Marathon, runners run along the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall Marathon in China is held every year. Fun on the run. Runners who take part in famous long-distance runs usually have a lot of fun. People who come to watch them have fun too. The New York City Marathon has over 100 different bands playing along the running route. In the London Marathon, many runners run in costumes. They dress up as superheroes, dinosaurs, and even giant fruits. Runners in the London Marathon sometimes dress as their favorite characters. Think and talk about. The oldest person to ever complete a marathon was 100 years old. Extreme running. Ultra-marathons. Some long-distance runners prefer an extra big challenge. They find it by running an ultra-marathon. An ultra-marathon is any event that is longer than a marathon. There are 3 main types of ultra-marathon: distance events, time events, and tough terrain events. Think and talk about. The most common ultra-marathons are over 30 miles long. Others may be 60 or more miles long. Some runners take part in longer events, such as the Copper Canyon Ultramarathon in Mexico. The Tough Terrain Ultramarathon. Long-distance runs can take place almost anywhere. Some of the most difficult runs take place in dangerous areas. The Jungle Ultra takes place in Peru, in South America. Runners start in the mountains and run down through the Amazon jungle. They cross over 70 rivers and streams. They run through swarms of biting bugs. The run is about 140 miles long. Other difficult ultramarathons are through the hottest, driest, highest, and coldest places in the world. Competitors in the Jungle Ultramarathon, Peru, run through rivers and streams. Not everyone chooses long-distance running as their sport, but those who do often never want to stop. Luckily, there are events to suit every age and ability. Think and talk about. Runners in a time ultramarathon run for a set length of time, such as 12 hours or more. The runner who runs the greatest distance in the set time is the winner. The Marathon des Sables. The Marathon des Sables is one of the most famous extreme long-distance running events in the world. This event is famous for its distance and for where it takes place. It is known as the race where you carry everything you need on your back. The Marathon des Sables is about 156 miles long. It takes place each April in the Sahara Desert of Morocco. Runners have 6 days to run the race, including 1 day of rest. Each day, runners take everything they need with them. They carry these supplies in a pack on their back. Inside the pack are water, food, a first aid kit, a map, and compass. They also take a sleeping bag and sleeping mat. Each night, the runners sleep in a tent. Marathon des Sables competitors have to wear clothing that gives them protection from the sun. It is very hot in the desert. The temperature can be over 113 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. Sometimes, the sand is so deep that runners cannot run, they have to walk. Markers show the runners which way to go. But sometimes they still have to use their map. Some markers have special lights, so runners can find their way after dark. Runners in the Marathon des Sables have to deal with extreme temperatures.
We are going to pause here, and you're going to give me the effect of the sand being so deep. How does that affect the runners?